morning to everybody who has joined us through the online platform. Very happy to be here again, focusing on a very interesting topic where we talk about how Cloud ALM is being leveraged by partners and how we from the product management team, Michelle and I, are supporting our partners. So we are more than happy if more and more partners come and support us in this initiative. And I have to thank Bosch Engineering Business Solutions for taking this initiative and looking at building certain prototypes along with us. Similarly, there are other partners who we are working with, so you will see more and more of this coming. I'll quickly introduce myself. So I'm primarily here supporting the partner topics for Cloud ALM. We've been looking at how we can help partners get features on Cloud ALM, which are focused more towards the partners, at the same time looking at how it can be leveraged with white spaces and then looking at integration and extension possibilities. I hand it over to Michel to introduce himself.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Michael Buse. I'm a product owner for SAP Cloud ALM for implementation. And yeah, my main topics are also to support our implementation partners and ALM partners with SAP Cloud ALM for implementation. And also internally, I drive the topic to bring more and more content from our different LOBs into SAP Cloud ALM for implementation.
Over to our partners, Rohini and Jose. So Rohini, if you can introduce yourself.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Glad to be here in this SAP ALM EMEA Summit. We have been presenting it for the past 4 years, and EMEA, this is the 2nd year. Thanks for giving this opportunity. This session is most important reason where we leverage to the SAP Cloud ALM APIs and functionalities. We could build a product which is going to live in the next month, and we are going to demo this product in this session. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, thank you, Rohini. Hello, everyone. Good morning. So I'm Jose. I'm a senior architect. I'm into automation and DevOps. And I am the one who is going to walk through on the demo part towards the end of the session. Thank you.
Super. Thank you so much. And I'm sure each of you are also interested in seeing some of the initiatives. It's early days. And again, Michelle and I will try to keep it as simple and small, 5 minutes each. We would want to give the lion's share to our partners here, because that's exactly what they have done. And all of you rather hear from them on how well the product is being used and leveraged, and what are the opportunities going forward. So as always, I mean, whenever we present, there is a disclaimer. So there could be elements that we may discuss which are potentially forward-looking in nature. They are all subject to changes as per portfolio changes or any other changes that might be applicable, and hence keep that in mind. From a topic perspective, I'm sure you must have seen this slide n number of times, so really wouldn't want to spend too much of energy on it. So here, obviously, we have provided a platform for end-to-end application lifecycle management in the cloud. And here is a SaaS offering, which is very well being adopted by our customers and partners. And exactly for the purposes it is built for, and slowly looking at gaining traction both from a functionality perspective when it comes to the capabilities of SAP Cloud ALM for implementation and operation. At the same time, looking at how it can support different SAP Cloud applications and specific on-prem applications, hence supporting our hybrid scenarios for customers and partners. So overall, obviously, it's meant for the intelligent enterprise, looking at the hybrid scenarios. But one important thing that we should keep in mind here is the fact that it is open, and really looking at the opportunities, especially for partners who would then want to leverage those APIs that are being provided, and then see how things can be made much more simpler, much more use case targeted, especially when it comes to customer solutions or customer problem statements. And that's exactly what one of our partners here, in fact, Bosch, has done. They really looked at some of the problem statements that they saw within their infrastructure, especially when it comes to investments that might happen specifically in ALM. There's a host of applications that are there for ALM, for collaboration, for different aspects of ALM. And hence, you obviously want to look at how all of this could come together seamlessly and then operated, keeping Cloud ALM as the central orchestrating engine. So that's the overall premises. We have again shared the way we are exposing these APIs as we speak. There are 4 APIs that are made available. So again, focusing on the implementation side of it. So here we are looking at how these APIs are already being leveraged, for example, around the task aspect, around the analytics aspect. We've also opened up the test automation API. So that way it already provides the ability for partners and customers to leverage them. We did share this slide about 2 years ago in one of the workshops. In fact, a workshop that we conducted in Heidelberg when we were all in person. So there we were talking about a concept at that point in time, but today it is a reality. So the extension, the APIs are available, the extension possibilities are already through. And that's where I really would like to take this opportunity to invite Robert Bosch to showcase exactly what they have done. So we are looking at methodology, content, accelerators. So these are elements that are there, which are primarily focused around the task aspect and let's say the process aspect. So there are APIs which will be coming in the future as well, especially for process. But for methodology, I mean, with the ability to either do an import or let's say with the API, it's already possible. Similarly, around reporting and analytics, we have a beta version of the analytics API available. And this is already being leveraged in this scenario that Jose and Rohini would later showcase. And then obviously the possibilities that are there with multiple extensions and integrations that are there. So without further ado, I would then hand it over to Michelle for the next set of slides. Over to you, Michelle. Michelle, you're on mute, I think.
Thank you. Thanks, Shahad. So here we have an overview slide, which shows the extensibilities or extension possibilities you have with SAP Cloud ALM for implementation. On the left-hand side, we have to bring your own content area, and on the right-hand side, we have our open APIs, which are available or on which we are working on at the moment. And as you all know, most of those implementations of SAP solutions are done by SAP partners. And this is also valid for the cloud. And most of the partners also bring their own content. So for example, extension of SAP standard content like methodology content, like SAP Activate methodology, process content, but also test cases and so on. And partner also bring to their implementations, different kind of tools, like own developed tools, add-ons which they use during the implementation, but also some are using third-party tools like Microsoft Project or anything, or Jira or others. And what's important for us is that we give you the opportunity to be as flexible as possible, so that you can bring your own content, which you maybe have already created, or if you want to create in the future new content, that you can bring this in. But also, if you have some tools, that it's easy to integrate and to have tools in an end-to-end fashion during an implementation, because we think only with that real traceability, tracking of real project progress is only possible when you're using one tool, or if you are using some tools which are connected with each other. So let's have a look at the bring your own methodology content. And what do we have here? We have here at the moment in SAP Cloud ALM the opportunity that you can download an Excel template. You download it directly from your current tenant, then you add your data or you edit the data there, and then you can upload it again to your tenant, but also to your customer's tenant. So if you're having several projects at different customers, you can just use this Excel template and use it for all of their SAP Cloud ALM tenants. The second opportunity then is to use the task API. When we look at the processes, there we have the process offering available. Yeah, it's a feature in SAP Cloud ALM where you can recreate your processes, where you can create processes, yeah, with BPMN modeling and everything. And we are working on that. Yeah, this will also be soon available, that you can create all of your processes there, and then also take it and ship it to your customers, yeah, where you need to have this process content. And also here we are working on the process API, which hopefully comes in Q1 next year. And then it will also be possible to integrate other third-party tools like ARIS, like Signavio, or others. Coming to the test cases, also here, similar to the methodology, it's possible to use the Excel template. So you download the template with your test cases, for example, you add data there, you edit the data there, and then bring it to all of your customer projects and bring it to all of their SAP Cloud ALM tenants. And here we have available test automation API, and planned is also the test management API. Jumping now to the right side, to the open APIs. Those are always available on the API Business Hub. And we have at the moment available the project, the task, the analytics, and the test automation. Process will really come soon, but we are also thinking about others like document management, CI/CD, test management, and so on. And just to give you some examples for the task and project API, this was already used in the Almaton. Almaton in this ALM Summit EMEA event. And so yeah, it was really interesting what the partners have created there and how they have used our APIs for that. So I definitely recommend that you have a look at that. Then the analytics API has already been used in the ALM Summit APJ, also from Robert Bosch, where they did an integration into Grafana. And also here, we have in the event app available the session about the integration between SAP Cloud ALM and the SAP Analytics Cloud from my colleagues Xavier and Gustavo. Last words to the test automation API. Here, the S/4HANA test automation tool has been integrated, yeah, with this API, and this is working. And yeah, as said, we are also working here on the test management API. And now let's see let's go to the next slide. So yeah, how can you get started with Calm? Yeah, and how can you get started with our open APIs? We really have a lot of those knowledge resources available. So we have the support portal where you find all links, and definitely the best to start. There you also can find the public demo tenant, which you can always use anywhere when you want to have a look, or if you're at a customer and want to show him how SAP Cloud ALM looks like, you just use this public demo tenant. It's always available, and you can just use it through or can come through it through the support portal, sorry. And also, it's pretty easy to get your own tenant. So if you have a cloud license from SAP, then you are able to request it. But also if you have a test and development license of a cloud product, then you can request your own tenant, and then, for example, create there your content, for example. We have 3 different open SAP courses: SAP Cloud ALM in a nutshell, Accelerate Cloud Implementations with SAP Cloud ALM, and Operating Cloud-Centric Solutions with SAP Cloud ALM. And definitely also I recommend to have a more detailed look on our application there. Then we have the expert portal. And what I really would love to recommend is also our different blog posts, which you find on the SAP community. So about project and task management, and we have a whole series of blog posts around those APIs where everything is goodly described, and we get a lot of sometimes when we get questions, we can directly just send the link to the blog post, because those questions are already answered in those blog posts. So definitely recommend that. And Charlotte will now tell you a bit about our GitHub.
Thank you so much, Michelle. So exactly, I think there's a plethora of information that's available cutting across the various areas. So feel free to leverage them, feel free to access them. And like we mentioned, there is a tenant that you can request for yourself, especially if you have a T&D license, or if you have obviously access to an SAP application, cloud application, then obviously you have access to SAP Cloud ALM as well. What we have put here is, I think, something that you should definitely leverage, especially if you're interested in the space of APIs. So we have put some samples that are there. There are some sample applications that are showcased here as well, especially to go through it. And seriously, we would recommend also going through the blogs that are specifically written by Xavier. There's a whole bunch of series of blogs that have been written, especially how to go about it. So I would definitely recommend that. And then obviously on this wiki page, you can easily access information put together by Michelle Clofer and Xavier, very focused on these topics. So feel free to have a look at them. Now we will see what's really happened in the real world. So let's hand it over to Robert Bosch. So thank you so much, Rohini and Jose, for joining in. So if you would like to quickly share your screens.
Yeah, thank you so much for a wonderful presentation. As rightly stated, plethora of opportunities for us to explore in ALM area. Let me quickly share my screen. So this is, I will quickly run through. I do not take too much time because I know that interesting towards demo. So we talk about a overview, brief introduction about the Bosch. Of course, introduction is not required, but a quick overview. Then cloud ALM practice, how we have in RBI. And then finally, we talk about the Bosch call product, where we have come up with an integration suite, cloud ALM, and then Teams. So Bosch is an organization having catered the services about mobile solutions, industry technology, energy and business technology, consumer goods, and healthcare, with about 400,000 associates, having a 71.5 billion euro sales revenue spread across 440 subsidiaries in 60 countries. Then what is Robert Bosch Engineering and Business Solutions India? Is a captive unit of Bosch, 100% owned by Bosch, set up in 1997 with the motto of catering to Bosch IT, but then with that rich experience what we gained, we had also supporting our helping customers outside Bosch domain, with the domain of automotive manufacturing, high-tech healthcare, having various sales offices, delivery centers, nearshore centers across the globe. STS Software Digital Solutions is a focused unit for non-Bosch customers, where we primarily focus on the connected enterprises, connected products, and connected healthcare, with an advanced technology utilization to cater the current business needs. That includes data analytics, AI, blockchain, HMI, user experience, and primarily we are into the ALM solutions, SAP infrastructure implementations, so on and so forth. Our ALM practice, we've been there for more than 12 years in this ALM domain. Started with SAP Solution Manager, Lexi versions, and then working with latest versions like Focus Run and Cloud ALM, majorly implemented for 60+ customers, various capabilities of SAP Solution Manager and ALM suite of products. And we were helping customers to run their SAP landscape simple. What the focus area is about our Cloud ALM, where we have already leveraged the APIs released for task management and analytics to develop a product. We do have a content development, hire to retire templates were specially focused on the cloud solutions. So what is Bosch Call? Bosch Call is Bosch SAP Cloud ALM collaborator. The motivation to build this product is to have a unified unified collaboration platform where our customers and then consultants need not to switch to multiple tools and accesses to complete their project implementation. Normally, if you see for a period with our experience, any project success is purely depends on how effectively that we manage the task and how effectively that we bring the team to collaborate or always define the success criteria of any project. So with this motto, since we see that the current trend is about leveraging the Microsoft Teams in many of our customer locations, we had thought about integrating these Teams solutions, collaboration solutions, Teams Planner, Teams collaboration solutions, task management solution with Cloud ALM, so that the entire project life cycle of SAP implementation would go much smoother and much efficiently. What all features that we have in so far built in our Bosch Call product, leveraging existing APIs, is that we have brought in the task management, Kanban dashboard, Kanban boards, and a complete analytical dashboard. We do bring in the approval workflow where with the current Cloud ALM, we have requirements approval mechanism, but not the task management workflow, where we bring in the workflow for the task management. If at all there is any change request comes in between the project, then probably an approval required from various change advisory management team. So those approval mechanisms we brought into the tool, and again, chatbot for easy and quick access of the queries and then tasks, etc. So without further delay, I hand over it to Jose, who can take us a deep dive of this Bosch Call product. Over to you, Jose.
Thank you, Rohini. Yeah. So, like as Rohini and Sarath all mentioned, the collaboration is one of the key factors where we wanted to see how we can leverage the teams with Calm APIs. So what we have did is we have developed a product called Bosch Call. Bosch Call is a collaborative platform which will easily integrate with SAP Cloud ALM with Microsoft Teams, where we have completely utilized all the APIs of the project management APIs and task management APIs.
So maybe while Jose comes back, I mean, just for the participants on the call, one of the things that we saw, especially in this case, was, I mean, how quickly partners are able to leverage. I think, so that means that the ease with which the documentation has been done, I think kudos to Xavier and team, has been pretty impressive. So that way, it's much easier to look at adoption from an API standpoint. One of the things we also did, Michelle and I have been in workshops where we are really looking at how we are able to look at white spaces where partners can really play a big role. So keep looking at those aspects, and if you're interested in working with us, just reach out to Michelle and me, and we're more than happy to support in your initiative. Same thing was done for Bosch and a few other partners, so always happy. Jose, by the way, we can see your screen, so so happy to have you back. We can't hear you though.
Yeah.
Super. So we can now hear you. Maybe you can, it's all yours. The floor is all yours.
Yeah. Thank you. So as you can see, like what we have done is a Bosch Culture product. It's a collaboration product where we have leveraged APIs of Cloud SAP ALM, where we integrated the project APIs and the task APIs and the dashboards and things like that. So what you currently see is a live data which is coming in from SAP Cloud ALM, where I'm able to see all the projects which is created in SAP Cloud ALM. And if I wanted to click more, then I should also be able to see all those statistics about what are the different types of tasks which is created and task-based status, and how many tasks are overdue, and how many unassigned tasks and tasks due in a week. And I can also navigate to any projects, and I should be also able to see all the status here.
So just to add to Joe's, these are all the live projects that we have in our Cloud ALM tenant, and whatever the navigate here directly that we are seeing in the Cloud ALM. Yeah.
And
so this tool is directly integrated with the Cloud ALM, where the front-end UI, lively interacting with backend Cloud ALM.
Yeah, thank you, Rohini. So from this portal, I can create projects. So the project, when I hit create, it's successfully created, and I should be able to also see the default 4 tasks which is getting created. So now I will take you through on the task management, what task management can be done. So in the task management, where for a selected project, we can see all the types of tasks. Maybe I'll open another project. Yeah, where we can see like different status of each of a task, whether if it is overdue, it will be marked in red, and the status of a task, and whether the task is assigned to someone, if it is not assigned, in a different color coding. And this is how complete the view of all the tasks. And what interesting is not just viewing a task here, I can also click here to get more details about the tasks. So for example, the time box status, as of right now, we don't have any feature to APIs to update the time boxes, but I'm just displaying the content, whatever you're getting for APIs, where we can also get the view of complete the task details. And with new features, say for example, if the task, if you need to view it directly on a Cloud SAP ALM, then I can click a button, and that exactly takes me to the particular task, which is available in, which can be viewed in SAP Cloud ALM.
If you see that this is seamlessly integrated, where it will not ask for authentication, because the authentication mechanism is already built into this app. It directly logs into the system with single sign-on to directly navigate to the Cloud ALM, the specific task.
And next collaboration feature, the important thing is this is the task. Maybe I'll open another one task where I need to contact an assignee to check for a status. Then it's a click of a button. Just when I click of a button, it sends a notification to the particular task assignee, like, could you please update the status on the task here? So it's a click of a button where we can do it. And what is also possible is I can also delete tasks. Yeah, I can directly say delete tasks, and tasks also get deleted. And I can also create tasks where in this create task forum, we have again introduced our internal workflows. Let me show you, like I will select the project, what we have created, and I can create
the security of the control of creation tasks, deletion of tasks is completely managed in the Cloud ALM based on the standard authorization and the access management model. So
yeah,
so we control the cloud.
In the create task module, we can able to give all the inputs, and the description also can be in a rich text format. And in the right-hand side, we have introduced the custom workflows. The possibility is to have more and more options, which means Now we have integrated to say, like, say, whenever a task is created, please notify in the Teams channel that the task is created so that others are aware of it. And also we have introduced approval workflow. And that means when a task is created, if in case it needs to go for an approval, not to proceed further, then we have also introduced those workflows as well. And the idea is to add much more workflows, which can be triggered internally, which can also seamlessly work with SAP Cloud ALM there. I can say create tasks. So now what happens is the task is created. I can see the task is created, and it says first rollout task successfully created and approval workflow initiated. Then I would have got an email where it says approval required for the first rollout, and I can say approved. And even from here, I can also directly view the task, which is directly the task URL, which we have created right now. It will directly open the same task. Yeah, the first rollup task is created there, and I'm trying to approve the change. So the change is approved. Once approved, we will also get notified that approval status is done and who approved it, what approved, when it was approved. And I should be also able to see the task description is also updated with approval status. Right now, we don't have any APIs for adding a comment. So I'm just making use of a description to append the content so that we can also completely view the entire workflow, whichever we are trying to introduce it in the data.
So, and with Bosch Call tool, we can entirely manage the tasks, view the project task from one single window, including the approvals. Even the project managers, or IT managers would get alert if there is any overdue tasks. Yeah.
The task, and I want to change the status to in progress, and I can say that the task will be updated and it will be status will be changed in progress. Yeah, status is changed in progress. Now, this is all about the Bosch Call on the UI perspective. But what we also introduced is there are some developers or people who wanted to do it on a chat window where it will be more user friendly or it will be more easy. So on any of the chat windows, wherever, say for example, we are using a Teams where I can directly imagine this is a chat which you wanted to do it, and currently I can say and go for more, and I can say create task. So it opens a pop-up where I can select the task name. I can provide a task description, and I can choose what type of task is this, and I can also select the due date, and I can also select assign and submit task. So what happens? It directly creates a task at SAP Cloud ALM, and I can also view the task which is directly created from here. And not just this, we also introduced a feature to view the overdue tasks. Yeah, as you can see, the second task what we created is there and assigned to me and with the due date. And second aspect is like I can also say flash overdue tasks. I can select a project and say okay, I want to view what are the tasks which are overdue, which I need to work on it. Then it also will list me a data directly interacting with SAP Cloud ALM, fetching a data and filtering it for due tasks. And this is from the interactive way of doing it from a chat window. And the third is we're also trying to work it out with virtual bot, where we try to integrate all these similar solutions in a virtual bot where we'll be able to leverage in a chat manner to say, say for example, create tasks, or we can say, show me list tasks. So whatever we do it on the with clicking of a button, I can do it on an interactive way of a chatbot, which can also further integrated to some agents or to like developers or testers, where we can create complete seamless communication between the flow of all the projects and also task deliveries. And very future, we are also introducing the test capabilities, where we will also able to view the data of test capabilities, and then to have a control, and also to like to get the updates whenever there is the changes happened in test notifications, and notify those errors in the chat, the teams, so that we can also quickly view it, quickly access it. So now, as you can see, like we did not go anywhere out. So within Teams framework, we are successfully able to project management, I would say, manage every projects, every tasks at the click of a button. And it's much more to come in the next days. So that's all from my demo side, and over to you, Rohini.
Thank you so much. A wonderful demo, Jose. Let me take the control.
Yeah.
So, such a fascinating demo. If you see as a whole, what is that we are trying to aim? We are trying to aim, our aim is to unified complete ALM platform and get the business value for design, build and run areas. This is where the Bosch call will bring the value proposition, and there is a seamless lifecycle management for your entire project task management. And also coming up with bots, with mesh collaboration model, and also it gives, and we see that by bringing all this efficient collaboration into one system, integrating with the teams, we are estimating that there would be about 20% of efficiency gain in any implementation projects, because we bring the tasks and the collaboration platform together to bring the efficiency of the workplace collaboration. And also operational efficiency, that we are aiming at 40% of improvement, because of bringing in this Teams Bosch call product, to also bring an automate alerts if there is any system errors thrown. Yeah, so we are anticipating about 40% improvement in operational efficiency before we can the system goes down. Yeah. So extended integrations, as you know, this plethora of opportunities opened up with these APIs delivered by SAP Cloud ALM. So we have plethora of opportunities to extend, integrate with various tools and technologies and Teams, Jira, Kanban boards, and so many other tools. With this, I move on to the next slide. We conclude the session. Thank you so much. I give it to over to you.
Thanks so much, Rohini. I mean, yeah, much appreciated. I mean, except for the glitch that we had mostly from the Zoom part of it, brilliant demo, Jose. I mean, especially the use case where you have the ability to handle things right from the MS Teams collaboration area, looking at chatbot, or let's say creation of tasks, or even looking at overdue tasks. Quite a nice set of scenarios. So we do have a few questions. So maybe, and then we will obviously have a few call to action, but I just thought that we could probably take those questions. So, I would probably hint at Rohini and Jose, especially because you have done the actual activity with your team there. One of the question is, how are you handling the technical approval workflow? So where do you configure all of that? So if you can take that question live.
Technical workflows, we use our automation engine. It can leverage it's a almost a low-code platform where the workflow mechanism will be built on that low-code platform automation engine, and from there the required approvals to Cloud ALM or to the Teams would be published. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. With the Power Automate capability, then you're able to look at workflows. Yeah, wonderful. And we have another question, which is if you have to create own integrations via the apps, then does it require developer knowledge? Yes. So maybe Jose, you want to take that?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We need a developer skill around power platforms that would help to speed up this entire product development journey. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, absolutely. So developer skills are definitely required. I think it is a given, and obviously you can, like I said, if you could go through some of our blogs on the APIs, I think that'll be very helpful. Thanks, Rohini, around that. One more question, and it's a good one. Do you still use Solution Manager Focus Build after Cloud ALM in use? I will also take it, and maybe I will also ask Rohini to maybe answer some of that.
Certainly, cloud, both are two different products. Cloud ALM main focus is to cater the cloud solutions to seamless manage, and Focus Build is for on-premise focus. Yeah. So of course, both the products coexist. We will continue to work with both products. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think. Yeah, very well put together. I mean, essentially, Lena, I mean, since you asked that question, Focus Build is a very powerful solution. And we must have seen some of our partners showcasing integrations with Focus Build into other solutions, very powerful integrations, Kanban boards and others. So essentially, it's a very powerful solution. And we have a lot of our customers, especially on-prem customers, who are embarking on the digital journey where Focus Build is the de facto solution that we recommend, and it has its strategic value. So obviously, where there are scenarios where it could be Cloud ALM for certain other application implementations, then obviously Cloud ALM comes into play. And now with the APIs being made available, it's obviously an opportunity, for integration and other aspects. So both of these tools will be strategic and has its own place. I don't see any other questions at this point in time. And also thanks for the good feedback for the partner. I mean, kudos to the Robert Bosch team. I think we saw some feedback coming in as well to around the integration. So super kudos to the Bosch team. And the call to action to our partners and customers is feel free to have a look at the API Hub. Get in touch with Michelle Busa and myself wherever you are, and then we are more than happy to help you in your journey. And I'm sure we will be able to help our joint customers achieve whatever solutions that they need in the market. So that's the overall idea of how we can make and delight our customers. Having said that, I don't see any further questions. So if there are, it's your opportunity to raise them now. Otherwise, we are ready to close the session. So I don't see any questions coming in. So big thank you to Michelle, Rohini, as well as Jose for a wonderful session. Thanks.
Thanks a lot.